Hello and welcome to another video. Now I'm Andrew and one of my passions is railway photography. Now I'm alongside the East Coast Main Line just north of York, and today I'm going to try and photograph the old LNER milepost signs. There's the 200 miles to Edinburgh that's here at Shipton, and then about 3 or 4 miles further up the East Coast Main Line there's the halfway sign between London and Edinburgh. I'm going to try and get a shot. There's supposed to be a southbound HST coming, and I'm going to try and get a shot through this bit of fencing here with a 200 mile sign. Okay, it's not an HST, it's a Voyager, but never mind. Now I'm just trying to get closer to the line side, but there's a class 60 on Drax biomass, so I'm going to whip the camera around and see if I can get a shot of that first. I think I just about managed that class 60, and looking at it I've got an idea, but I'll explain on the next photograph. As you can see, the sign is right reading for rail passengers but not folk in the farmer's field and the line side. So what I've done in the past at this spot is get a silhouette shot of a train, and then in post-processing flip the image round so it brings the writing the right way around. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. There's on a southbound Azuma, when it's gone past I'll get the back end of the train and then flip the image, and you'll think it's going forwards. Anyway, we'll see what it looks like on the next southbound Azuma. And that 60 that's just gone through, just looking at my photograph there, that might work as well. So I've got the camera set up with a view sort of split between the East Coast Main Line and this top of this bridge, and there's a southbound Azuma, so I'm going to try and get that. I can just see the Edinburgh 200 mile sign, so include that into the shot, and let's see how it goes. And I'll do a burst of shots when the train approaches, because you can always guarantee that there'll be a piece of electrification wire or mast right in the spot where you don't want it, so hopefully with a burst. Just across these fields is the halfway mark between London and Edinburgh on the East Coast Main Line. Now it needs a long lens, so I'm just going to see if I can get a passing train, and then in a moment or two try and get closer to the sign if I can. A bit of a muddy hike from the main road, but nearly there to the East Coast Main Line. I can just see the sign there, just over the fields. Made it. Now the question is there a close-up composition without going to stand in the farmer's crops? Now there's a northbound Azuma coming up out of York at the moment, and I'm hoping that my frame rate of my camera can capture it, because it's quite a tight shot that I've got in mind. I'd like to get low enough just to get the Azuma underneath the sign, and ideally if I can just stop it there with the arrow, that would be the thing. Without the arrow through the train, I'd like the arrow in the sky. So that's what I'm thinking. So hopefully wide lens, hopefully I can get it stopped there. Now I've just spotted something that I'd like to try. Just on the top of this hill is the halfway sign, and I'd like to get an Azuma, not one of these things, I don't want to photograph one of those. I'd like to get an Azuma as a side-on shot with the two halfway signs perfectly aligned. So that's what I'm going to do for the next Azuma, try and get that perfect alignment of the two signs. Quite precise, I think, is this. Hey, oh, there's another one. The reason I want an Azuma is because it tells the story, London to Edinburgh. The voyage across country doesn't fit with the story of the halfway between London and Edinburgh. Right, I think I've got the images that I wanted from today, so thank you for watching, and hope you've enjoyed those couple of locations on the East Coast Main Line, the 200 miles to Edinburgh and the halfway point. 3 or 4 miles up the East Coast Main Line, there's 200 miles to London, and I'll hunt that out one day. So, from the side of the East Coast Main Line, I shall see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.